Hey everyone, welcome to this channel. Thank you for being with me here today. This channel was created for you. It was created to be a place to come together, to share energy, to learn, to grow, and to discover our own inner light, our own inner self. This is a place where you, and you are welcome, and you are enough. And so, as you know, or if you're new, Sundays are, the messages are more to the soul. And actually most of mine are, but I dedicate Sundays to Sacred Sunday, to a day of looking inward, a day of feeling blessings, feeling joy, maybe even, I'm hearing rapturous energy. And so bear with me if you hear noises in the background. My throat gets very dry when I do these readings, and for some reason I get a runny nose. I don't know. But the other really good noise in the background is the birds. If you can hear them, I hope you can, because they are so special and just, they're beautiful, the way they all kind of make their bird sounds. And I often wonder what each one of them means. You know, what are they communicating with each other? Yes, that's my guess. But they also could be feeling energy and connecting with the earth, right? Could be. So anyways, waking this morning, I was feeling very motivated about, I love my Sacred Sunday readings. I just love the feel of the spiritual energy. And let me tell you guys, everybody is welcome, okay? I choose to believe in God, but I believe in connected energy as well. And whoever it is that you believe in, as long as it's good and light, you are welcome here. And I often say, if I had a religion, it would be love. And I am more of a spiritual being, but I believe in goodness. I believe in God. I believe in love, self-love. And I believe that that is the base that kind of makes, it sort of is the elixir to the success in your life, self-love, right? So we are on our journey, everybody on their own individual paths, sharing a common energy, and that is love and light. And so let's just take a moment to take some breaths through your nostrils, blow out of your mouth, feeling that energy moving within you, because these messages, you need to have clear some energy in order to receive them properly. And they are collective, so something might resonate with one person different than the other, but it's okay. And if you don't feel like you resonate at all, that's okay. I do feel that if you're here listening, you are here for a reason. And I also feel that at some point you will understand what that message meant, okay? So we're going to start with Archangel Michael, because I felt a really strong connection this morning. And I was just sort of gazing at all of my cards and asking Spirit to tell me what cards we're using, and I felt all of a sudden the presence of Archangel Michael. Let me tell you, the first thing that I heard, and I always act on what I feel, is you don't need cards. You don't. This is a Sunday, Sacred Sunday message. So let's see what comes out. I do want to use Archangel Michael cards because I feel a really strong connection there to that. I feel the connection to Archangel Michael with all of us in a way that he is leading us, sort of protecting us on our path, on our journey, on our way through this and that, transitions, through all kinds of advancements on our journey. And even sometimes when we feel like we have setbacks in our physical journey, Archangel Michael is there. All you have to do is ask, okay? And so, let me just see what the cards have to say for Archangel Michael. Thank you. I feel like some of you are still in a decisive state. You're still deciding on something. And I will show you the first card that Archangel Michael, that was picked, that I should say that picked us, because I always use the ones that drop, okay? I always feel like that's an indication of the message that wants to reach us. And there were two. The first one is make a commitment. So Archangel Michael is here to say, some of you are still in that decisive state and you're still worried about something, making the wrong decision, making the wrong turn. But if you think about it, your soul is always going to speak to you, okay? It's like how we need water. Our bodies are made up of, what is it? A big 75% of water. I don't know what the percentage is. But we need water. We need water to exist. We need water to keep us healthy. So our soul is like, it's just natural. It's there. It's there. And if we let it just sit and never sort of be able to align with you, if that makes sense. Let me articulate it. If we don't nurture our soul, right, then we're kind of becoming into a stagnant place, or a place of where fears creep in again, right? And we become sort of, our light dims. There's a lot of things that happen when we don't nurture our soul. And I truly believe that listening to these messages, or for some of you sermons, or things like that, trust me, I love a good sermon myself. I was raised Baptist. There's nothing wrong with Baptist, nothing wrong with any of those religions. I just eventually felt like I was more spiritual than an organized religion. That's me personally. But I used to love the sermons. They were just heartfelt. They were just great, and they always uplifted me. So I feel like engaging in that kind of activity where you listen to a message, or you listen to a sermon, or you listen to whatever you listen to, it is for your soul's growth, okay? It's like music. I'm going to say plants. Plants love a vibration. So it's music to your soul. And it's very important. And so Archangel Michael says, you don't have to worry so much about decisions. And some of them are huge. Yes, some of them are huge. I recently made a huge decision. And it was interesting because in that decision, I was weighing out all the things that could possibly, now this is, bear with me while I say this, because you're going to say, hey, wait, you're a spiritual guide. Why are you thinking this way? Because I'm human too. So I was weighing out all of the scenarios with letting my partner move in with me. At first, the number one decision was, or reason was, we can both save money, right? And that came to mind first. And I thought to myself, wait a minute, shouldn't it be more about love? And let me tell you, the love is there. But we are human beings, and we get into this place where we have to know we're looking for ways to save money. We're looking for ways. Don't get me wrong. I know that sounds harsh. It's not the way it is. But I'm just using that as an example because we, as human beings, tend to look to the negative first. I don't want to say that's negative, trying to save money, but I'm saying that's not the only reason why you should make a huge decision based on money, right? But there was something to that made me realize I'm really, really prideful sometimes when it comes to taking help from others. I don't ask. And if someone gives, I am so appreciative, and I will pay it forward, or I will do what I can for that person for what they did for me. But it feels very much like Spirit is saying, don't beat yourself up for weighing out all the options. You were created with a brain to figure those things out, right? And so it's very, we're very intuitive beings that way, to try to compartmentalize things and make sure that everything checks off in your is it okay or not book. And so I realized, that I was being hard on myself, and I was in meditation one day, and doing my normal prayers, talking to my guides, the universe, talking to myself. And I realized that decision making isn't yours alone. Yes, trust yourself, but also call on your guides and ask them to help you make this commitment, whatever it is, and to guide you through the steps that it takes to move forward with something. Because it feels like we are so wrapped up in other things that aren't close to our soul. And that's why we get into conundrums where we just can't figure out, we can't get out of our own way, we can't make a firm commitment. And sometimes we go look at the negatives and, make a decision that impacts us because we're looking at the negative. So with that card, we also got, use your imagination and you'll see the answer. That is you being the magical energy of light that you are, to manifest, to hear your soul, to see your light, to feel your peace, right? And it feels very much like Archangel Michael is trying to say to us, stop the madness with everything else around you, just for a moment or two. Or in some cases, take a few days to yourself, whatever. But listen to your inner voice. Listen to your soul. Listen. And if some of you are gonna say to me, how do you do that? It takes practice to sit, believe it or not, to sit quiet and allow your mind to just be free. Believe me, I know when you're stressed, it's not easy to do that. And why am I hearing Mother Mary? Is it Mary or Mary Magdalene who's here? So it feels like the energy, Mary Magdalene's been around a lot lately, but I feel like it's both. I feel like it's Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene. It feels very much like this energy of someone, like a grandmother or mother, stroking your hair, saying it's okay when you're sick or when you're not. giving you comfort, saying, showing support, I believe in you. You can do this. And it feels so strong, like that motherly type of support and energy, or that grandmother that holds you close and you're resting on her arm, or you're resting against her. It feels like that kind of love, that kind of support. And it feels like, we know you can do this. Why don't you know you can do this? We know. Okay? And so it does feel like somebody's mother or grandmother is here, could even be an aunt, is here with you to support you through some kind of decision. For some of you, the decisions seem like they're small to you, but they're not. Every decision you make, every decision we make impacts us, and it impacts our soul. It impacts us in some way, right? I don't feel there's ever a small decision, because if it affects you in some way, it's a big decision, because you're a big deal. You're a big deal, okay? I feel like there's more from Archangel Michael before I move on to another card deck, but I do feel the angels. Some of you, I feel like there's a temptation here, because I'm seeing a, okay, I'm just going to say this the way it comes in to me. I'm seeing a big, beautiful winged creature, which I will call an angel, but it doesn't seem like a normal, beautiful, loving angel. So it seems like a very forceful, don't be afraid of this, a very forceful, darker energy. For some of you, I feel like it is your inner doubts, your fears, your inner demons, so to speak, not literally. But it does feel very much like there are temptations that come in. It seems like some of you might be feeling like every time I'm close to a decision, or I make a decision, something comes in to trip me up. I hear a negative comment, I hear a negative something about it, and then, then maybe you think that it's a sign that you shouldn't go through with it, so you're back and forth. I know. I've done it myself many times. But what it comes down to is trust in your decision, okay? Your decision. You can research, you can do all of that, but it has to be right within your soul. It has to feel totally peaceful. And if it isn't, then you need to seek out guidance anyways from your guides and your angels, and your divine creator. But it feels like you are maybe looking more to human answers than you are to your heavenly answers, okay? But part of you is that heavenly connection to your divine creator, to your guides. So you need to work hand in hand with your guides, with your divine creator, to make this decision, okay? You could see signs of positivity here. And what's funny is when I was first starting out on my spiritual journey, I would ask questions in desperation. I was using my pendulum a lot, which there's nothing wrong with that. But the pendulum is going to act on your energy. So if you're in a negative state, it's probably going to give you an answer that's not really clear. I used to do that. I used to get up in the middle of the night, get my pendulum out, ask questions, and if it wasn't what I wanted to hear, I would kind of go a little, not nuts, but I would get out my card decks, I would use them, and I would just worked myself up into a frenzy. And that's the way I feel some of you are right now regarding a decision, okay? It feels very much like you, pardon me, I just need to sip for a minute. There's a lot to say. It feels like you have been going this alone for a while. And maybe you got used to things the way they were, but you want things better now. You want a better life. You want to make better financial decisions. You want to step forward and finally make a decision. That's why we got make a commitment. That's why we got focus on what you want. What is it you want? Because as I said before, we are beings, spiritual, energetic beings of light, and we have the ability to create situations for ourselves and to get out of them. We have the ability to move from bad decisions to decisions based on faith and love and trust, and we have the ability to declutter our minds so that we can make these informed decisions. Now, 3 more cards fell out, okay? Keep your eyes on the intended target, okay? So Archangel Michael says, the universe can't hit a moving target, okay? It's like the universe is saying, all right, make a decision. What do you want? Because I'm going to latch onto that energy and I'm going to give you what you want. But if you keep moving back and forth, no, I don't, yes, I do, no, I don't, yes, I do, then it's going to delay and prolong any kind of manifestation because you're not at peace, okay, with whatever it is that you want. This is interesting because Decide to Be Happy Now came in upside down, but I feel right now like this could go either way for you. If you have been you've been back and forth, you haven't been very happy, and so Archangel Michael says you're making a commitment one day and the next you're not to be happy, right? Because the fears, the doubts, the distrust, that's all holding you back. And so if you really want to be happy, you have to allow yourself to practice staying in faith. Yes, there will be moments that we're going to have that are going to sway us, or we're going to trip a little bit, right? But Archangel Michael says, and I truly believe this, that if you practice every day loving yourself, the peace will come naturally, okay? You're a very strong being of light and energy. You're very strong. But fears are very strong too. Doubts are very strong. This is where you practice self-love, because that will build your confidence. It will build faith in yourself, faith in your guides, faith in your future, faith in your now, okay? And so lean on God and the angels for your support. As I said, trust. Ask them to help you. Ask yourself. Ask yourself to trust yourself, okay? Do I trust me? Do I trust me? I'm going to tell you something. I've been on this journey for quite a while, right? This spiritual journey, and I learn and grow all the time. And I have moments where I have to ask myself, I want to do something and I feel at peace with it, but then I don't launch it. I don't start because there's still a few things that holds me back. And I'm always a work in progress. We all are, guys. But I know from past experience that the universe always delivers. Always. And if something isn't delivered and it isn't manifested the way you want it, it's because you were not at peace when you asked. And that just means you need to go back and you need to work on having faith in yourself, having faith in the universe, and knowing 100% that's what you want. Because if you feel peace at all with some kind of decision, then that's the right decision. If there's any doubt, and the way I always do this is I always feel like if I feel like something is off and it's not 100% feeling at, I'm not 100% at peace, then you need to know that you have to trust your intuition, okay? You have to trust it. I'm not saying don't research things. Don't just pick up your bags, leave your house, and move to, I don't know, somewhere without lining something up first. And I totally believe in faith, but I also believe in rationality too. So I'm just letting you know that. But it feels very much like there is a sacred bond. Why am I hearing sacred bond, please? It feels like there is a sacred bond between you. It feels like there's some sort of bond or mentorship, or, and I'm trying to feel into, is this a physical thing? Because when I was talking about moving, like maybe to a different venue or location, it felt like it was like there was someone special there that you're supposed to be in your path. And it's not necessarily romantic, but it just feels like someone wants to lend a helping hand to you for some reason. And it may not even be that you're moving someplace. It may be that there's someone online that can help you with something that you're seeking, okay? Use your intellect when you're... It's partially about intellect, okay? Like I said, we're working with the universe. We're working with our guides. We're working to create something better for ourselves. Let me just see what we have here. Okay. Psychic Tarot for the Heart. Oracle deck. I think some of you felt stuck for a while. And you feel like, I don't know what's going on. I've been stuck in some situation for a while and I can't move because I haven't been getting direction from my guides. And some of you, it could be years. And I totally believe in getting direction from your guides, but you also have to have faith in you. Trust in yourself to know, okay, I think I want to move to another venue, another place. All right. Do you feel 100% with that, or do you feel skeptical? And also, for some of you, it could be that you're feeling like, I don't have the money for this right now. And that's the rational side of you. It's the responsible side of you telling yourself, wait a little longer and we'll come up with a way. You will work towards a way to move on, to move forward, to move away from where you are, if that's what you want. A lot of this is you giving yourself permission, okay, to follow your soul's journey, to trust, to have faith, and to move within that spiritual guidance, aligning with your intellectual guidance, okay? And so the first card that pops out is the third eye chakra. It's the third eye, guys. There's something being enlightened here. Some message, some breakthrough, some something your soul is speaking loudly about to get your attention. And it feels very much like whatever this is, it's the right path for you, okay? I know people that ask everybody they can think of for everybody's opinion. Your opinion. What do you think of this? What do you think of that? If I do this, what do you think? And it's great to get advice from someone that you love. It's great. It's great to seek advice, especially financial, if it's somebody who's successful in finance. But you can't leave out the spiritual part of this. You have to include it, and you have to be within your spiritual light as well as your intellectual light to make an informed decision, okay? It feels like there have been some dilemma over something. Or maybe you made a decision on something and now there's a delay, okay? A lot of this decision making is the first step is making the decision. And then knowing how to, if there is a delay, it doesn't necessarily mean that this isn't right for you. It could mean that you need to do something a little more before you make that move, right? Like research more, or practice your quiet moments with bringing in peace and love and light, okay? I know some of you are probably like, well, I've tried that didn't work. But let me tell you something. It does work. And even if you don't feel it sometimes, it's there. You're the key. You need to give yourself permission to open up and find that peace, to discover that you are such an integral part of your forward movement, of your manifestation, of your success, right? You are an integral part of that. And it is important that you understand that when you manifest something, the miracles that come in are partially because of you, because you are a miracle. And they have to do with your soul's journey and your faith and trust in the universe. And some people use vision boards, which I think is great, and I've mentioned that before, to write on a board or put pictures on a board of something that you desire, where you can see it every day and be reminded, this is what I want. This is exactly what I want. And it helps you to visualize positivity, right? Or to experience positivity. I feel very much like this is a journey of acceptance within yourself, for yourself. And it is a journey of acceptance to understand who you really are, to understand that you have more ability than you think, to know that yes, God will provide, to know the universe will, but to also know that you are, you hold a key as well, okay? You open the door. I always think of the, oh my gosh, it slips my mind right now. What is wrong with me? A bird caged. The mighty phoenix, right? The phoenix. Unlocking that cage and flying to freedom. And whatever you leave behind is left behind. And it's not for you to look back and say, did I make the right decision? It's what's meant to leave behind is meant to leave behind. And so that's who we are. We are the mighty phoenix, rising above the ashes, flying high and not looking back. The ashes are the ashes. It is what it is. It is something that needed to go, and so you can move forward, right? I don't know how else to say that, but we are spiritual beings of energy and light. Okay, these are interesting cards, guys. I'm going to show you. Believe and succeed. Challenging times. Couple things here. You've been having some challenging times. I think a lot of people have financially right now. But I feel like for you, your challenging times, they're because, okay, so that's, what I'm seeing here is two bodies of water. One dark and murky and one beautiful and tropical. Beautiful, that beautiful blue. The other one is dark and murky. And so to me, it feels like you've been sort of in the dark and murky water, but you want the clear and beautiful tropical water, right? So Spirit says, which one do you choose? Do you choose to stay in the dark and murky water? Or do you want this beautiful tropical water over here? And that's where your believe and succeed comes in. Because you weren't created to live a miserable existence or to stay stuck. You are meant to be in the beauty that matches your soul. And so I just feel like it's time to bust out of that and let your light shine. Let your light be as bright as it can be. And guys, all of these things moves you into the importance decisions that you have to make. It moves you to a better place in your life. Could be a career. It could be someone you're with romantically. It could be a mindset. It could be that you want to be brave enough to take the steps forward to be that spiritual leader, that spiritual guide, a mentor. It could be that maybe you want to, like I said, change your career, or the big one, have more money coming in than going out of your accounts, right? So guess what card pops up? Take the lead. Move to that tropical water. Get out of that stuck feeling that you're in. Take the lead. It feels like Moses' energy when he was asked by God to take his village to safety. Take your people to safety. And Moses was like, wait, me? Who am I? And God said, you are a being of light. And you need to believe in yourself. You need to know that you are more than capable of handling this. Take your people to safety. They're in harm's way. And Moses, and what I feel about this story is he probably had a lot of doubts at first. Why are they going to believe and trust me? How can I do this? I don't even know anything about this. And so in his vision or whatever, however he communicated and came to the decision to take that opportunity to be the leader, he said, okay, I will have faith and trust in you, God, and I will lead my people to safety. And so the ultimate decision is yours, okay? We all have free will. It is your decision to move forward. It is your decision to stay stuck. Yeah. So we're being asked to detach. We're being asked to detach from something that holds our light back, that holds our soul back. We're asked to be, to detach from those energies, okay? Don't get me wrong. That doesn't mean that just because somebody else isn't believe the same as you or as spiritual as you, that doesn't mean you have to pack up and leave. It means allow yourself to be who you are and allow them to be who they are. Just thought I'd say that. Let's see what else we have here, guides. What do we have? I don't feel like this one. I'm going to do the Sacred Spirit reading cards right now because I love them and they're beautiful and they just feel so soulful to me. So we're going to do these for a sec and then we'll probably wrap up the reading or the message for today, okay? This is the second time we had one about our third eye. This is third eye vision. Right? Reclaim your mind. What did I say about clearing the clutter? Clearing the clutter. Reclaim your mind, and guess what happens after that? You're birthing something new. You're opening the door to greater things in your life for yourself first, and then for those who are with you. It's not hard to do, is what I'm hearing. Because I think some of you might be saying, I don't know how to do that. I can't quiet my mind. Yeah, you can. You can do that. You ever find yourself kind of just zoning out and you're kind of just, your eyes are fixed on something, but you're really not seeing it because you're just in that weird place. So and then you kind of snap out of it, right? That's what I feel is sort of, it feels like you get in that place, but you're more than capable of snapping out of it to become more and more trusting, loving yourself enough to trust, to become more open to receiving and looking into what you probably already know, to be more able to look into being able to being at a crossroads and knowing that going into silence within yourself and listening to your voice will lead you to the right decision. Okay? What else, guys? Oh, what did I just say? Look at that. There are two paths ahead. I love it when and trust me, I don't look at these cards ahead of time. This is all intuitive, guys. Sacred divinity, there are two paths ahead, okay? And the right path for you is the one that's peaceful within your soul, okay? Divine energy comes in to guide you and help you through it. You got to do your part, though. You got to do your part and practice working with your guides, with yourself, with your divine creator to open up the doors of opportunity, okay? Because we have free will, the universe and our guides can never make us do something if it's not within if we don't approve of it. You know what I mean? Because we have free will. And so that's why this journey is so interesting. It's because we learn along the way how to connect within ourselves, how to connect to the universe, how to connect to our guides, how to connect with the earth, right? This is a journey that definitely is not for the faint of heart, I'll tell you that. So you are between worlds right now. You're between worlds. You're in that space where you need to make a decision. And you're going in a new direction. I personally feel like you're not going to stay stuck. I feel like you're in a new, going into a new direction, because you realize now that things have not worked out the way you'd like them to, because you have been reluctant to open your own doors of opportunity, right? It's interesting, because it's almost like if we know exactly what we want, we point it out to the universe. I was just envisioning somebody opening a door and saying, universe, this is what I want right here. This is the door I want to go through. Let's make this happen together. Yeah, so persistent meditation, persistent being in quiet within yourself, okay? Practice being in meditation in your own way. Clear and activate. Create sacred space for yourself. You ask me how. How do I get there? Clear and activate. Create sacred space for yourself so you can make those decisions. This is a card that I believe is trying to tell you, yes, we are miraculous beings. Yes, we expect miracles, but also it's important to know that we have to be grounded too. And we have to understand that we have to be responsible in some ways, right? To ensure that our, to not just leave a business without knowing that something else is coming in or lined up, okay? It's one of those type of messages. So Spirit is trying to say, observe limitations, but only observe them. Don't stay stuck on them. Like, I can't do this. Only observe them. And that will help you to stay grounded and to understand the importance of knowing that moving forward is, yes, I can move forward in faith, but I can also understand that if I'm going to make a decision, I'll use this as an example, to move somewhere, to leave my job, or whatever like that. And, I want to move to this new apartment or this new house or out of state, but I only have $10 in the bank. So Spirit is trying to say, observe that, but don't be stuck on it. You will find ways to save up or create an avenue for money so you can move. And so that's what I feel like your spirit is awakening to, those learnings and to those understandings, okay? You have a great desire to change your circumstances. I feel it. And Archangel Michael comes in to say, observe the beauty in life. See the beauty in life. And that's how you open all those doors of opportunity, to understand that where you are right now, there's happiness somewhere. There's a silver lining somewhere. There is something positive somewhere. It's important to grasp those things and to appreciate whatever it is that's good, okay? It's good to understand the importance of appreciation and to know that I really appreciate what you've done for me, universe. And I don't want to be limited anymore. I want to feel that energy of limitless so I can create those opportunities to make a better life for myself. Anything else, guides? Yeah. Creating your inner harmony. Through meditation, through moments of silence, through something. I tell you, I feel so blessed that I love painting so much. And let me tell you, it got me through the last 3 years after losing my son. Painting has been my therapy. And I'm not saying don't go to professional, choose a hobby. I'm saying there are different ways to meditate and focus. And that, I have a room full of paintings because in doing so, in painting all the time, it has increased my skill level. It has it just brings joy to me. I have noticed that I've changed. I've become more into my authentic self by doing something that I love. And that is another avenue, another way to practice self-love, to heal, to focus. I know people that do rock formations. I know people that do pottery, or they or botanist, or whatever it is that you focus on that brings healing to you, that brings joy to your soul. That is you making a path forward for yourself. I hope you have enjoyed this message, and I hope and pray that you feel the way it resonates with you, and you understand it and you apply it. Spirit can't say enough that we are beings of light. We're miracles. We are an extension of the universe. Therefore, we have the ability to create situations for ourselves, working with our guides to assist us along the way. Guys, until next time, I can't wait until we have another reading. I'm so anxious. But until that time, take care and see the positive in you, in your world. Okay? Love and light to you all. Namaste.